For you. We're grateful for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyrie.
Thank you, Kyrie.
Nice to see you guys here.
We have to.
Thanks, Kyrie.
Where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid dealing with learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create, and it was something I shared, and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility, then that's where I sit. These same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with. It's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I could stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be, looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, and I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I study. And why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in the book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old, and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots.
Description of the film on Amazon that Kyrie linked to says that the movie uncovers the true identity of the children of Israel by proving the true ethnicity of Abraham, Jacob, and many others. Find out what Islam, Judaism, and Christianity have covered up for centuries in regards to the true biblical identity of the so-called Negro in this movie packed with tons of research. Okay, he's free, again, to believe all of the above.
Right.
Maybe there's some truth in that, but I don't know of it.
Mault Conrad in the 1700s wrote in his book, Universal Geography, or the Description of All Parts of the World, that, quote, a fact worthy of attention of the travelers is that, according to Odenthorpe, in the kingdom of Luango contains black Jews scattered throughout the country. They are despised by the Negroes, who do not even design to eat with them. They are occupied in trade and keep the Sabbath so strictly that they do not even converse on that day. They have a separate burying ground, very far from their habitation. The tombs are constructed with masonry and ornamented with Hebrew inscriptions, the singularity of which excites the laughter of the Negroes, who discern in only serpents like lizards or other reptiles. Notice the reoccurring theme of the Congo in these quotes from Europeans. See, the Kingdom of Congo is joined at the hip with Hebraic tradition, custom, and language, which at one point was widely known amongst European and Arab explorers, missionaries, cartographers, etc. For example, the Luba people, one of the least documented but largest areas in the Congo at one point was the Luba Empire, or Luba land. The Luba have a tribe amongst the people called the Baluba. After visiting and researching the Luba on his quest for the lost tribes, famed British historian and author Dr. Tudor Parfitt had this to say about them in his book, The Jews of Ethiopia. Quote, northward of Katanga lives one of the greatest tribes of Central Africa, the Baluba, who are of undoubted Semitic origin. Hold up, let me say that again. Who are of undoubted Semitic origin. The name Baluba means lost tribe, and their language and their customs have many Hebrew affinities. Their name for an idea of God, their word for water and people, and many other words and ideas show their Semitic strain.